It was a chilly autumn evening when I decided to take a walk through the old forest near my hometown. The sun was setting, casting long shadows through the trees, and the air was filled with the scent of fallen leaves. I had always loved the forest, but that evening, something felt different. There was an eerie silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves. As I walked deeper into the woods, I noticed a path I had never seen before. Curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to follow it. The path was narrow and overgrown, and the further I went, the darker it became. The trees seemed to close in around me, their twisted branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. After what felt like hours, I stumbled upon an old, abandoned house. It looked like it had been there for centuries, with its windows shattered and the door hanging off its hinges. Despite the overwhelming sense of dread, I felt compelled to explore it. I pushed open the creaking door and stepped inside. The air was thick with dust, and the floorboards groaned under my weight. As I moved through the house, I felt a chill run down my spine. It was as if I was being watched. I turned a corner and saw a shadowy figure standing at the end of the hallway. It was tall and thin, with glowing red eyes that seemed to pierce through the darkness. Frozen with fear, I watched as the figure slowly started to move towards me. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't obey. The figure reached out a bony hand, and I felt a cold, clammy grip on my shoulder. Suddenly, I was pulled into a whirlwind of darkness. I could hear whispers all around me, voices speaking in a language I couldn't understand. Just as quickly as it began, it was over. I found myself outside the house, gasping for breath. The sun had set completely, and the forest was pitch black. I ran back to the main path, not daring to look back. When I finally reached the edge of the forest, I turned around one last time. The house was gone, as if it had never been there. To this day, I don't know what I encountered in those woods, but I do know one thing. I will never go back.